Hey everybody, Eric Switzer here for the Gamer at D23 Expo, joined by Shane Hartley, Creative Director for Disney Lorcana. How are you, Shane?
Good. This is exciting.
What a day, man. So not only is it the first day of D23 Expo, but it's also the launch of Shimmering Skies.
Yes.
The fourth expansion, the fifth set.
Yes.
So there's some cool stuff here I wanted to ask you about. One of the things that was a big surprise was there's a new treatment, did you call it, for the legendaries?
Yep.
Can you talk about how that came to be and exactly what it is?
Yeah, so for me, I looked at the cards, and we often do this. We'll look at the whole set and we'll say, okay, how can we bring more surprise and delight to the fans when they open up that pack? We want that moment of like you open and you go, you know, and like when I was looking at the legendaries overall, I wanted the legendaries to feel, you know, when you open that pack, you knew exactly that it was a special card. And so, you know, we did the first step where we originally, where we took the art and broke the frame a little bit. And so they're kind of escaping. And then I was like, we need to take it one step further. And so Shane, the other Shane Smith, who is our card frame designer, him and I were like bouncing off ideas. And we're like, let's do something where it looks like now, you know, not only are the cards leaving that, you know, frame, but if we added a varnish, how do we make it look like they're really coming out? And so it's a type of varnish that we add to it, and we specifically asked for it to be really thick, so that it even more so that it felt like they were, you know, really important, so you could feel that varnish.
Yeah, it's not just the foils, the regular.
No, we did it to all of them because we wanted to make sure all the legendaries had that special feel, so that they were, you know, a little bit step closer to the coolness factor of the Enchanted.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing. Like, there's 4 sets a year. We know there's 204 cards. There's like so many expected things.
Yeah.
But just to add that little something to surprise us, I love that you do that.
And one of the things we do is we look at every set and we go, okay, how do we do something new? How do we bring something different? Like, you know, if we're doing a card that, you know, when you guys find out that they're connected cards, or, you know, a panorama image or something like that, that's always fun to, like, you know, get people like where they find that out. You know, when people found out that John Lawrence piece, you know, where it's actually a connected card from a previous set, you know, and people were like, whoa, like that's crazy, you know. And then we did it again also with Pete, with him connecting with Steamboat Willie. So that one also, it was like just one of those like things. We just want to bring that moment of surprise and delight, you know. So
and it's so fun when you know that it was planned, and it feels like something from all the way back then, like, oh, this was part of the plan.
Exactly. Yeah.
I also want to ask you a little bit about the Enchanted.
Yeah.
Because every time we see the new set of Enchanted, it's like you've outdone yourself again. You know.
Well, that's good you think that.
Yeah, right. And I just love that they, even though they're different artists, they all have this very consistent theme.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit hard to pin down what exactly it is. You know, they all go together, and this set's Enchanted. But internally, do you have a way that you describe the Shimmering Skies Enchanted look versus Ursula's Returns Enchanted?
What we decided with Enchanted was we wanted to be able to, through art, express the theme of the set. So, of course, you know, with Ursula had this idea around that she actually was seeing them in her cauldron, and it was like this meant to be very ethereal, and they're floating in this kind of this crystal ball type effect, you know. So that's why they look kind of like they're underwater and very ethereal and misty, and that's why it had that darker background. And then when you go to Shimmering Skies, of course, it was the set is all about celebration. They've overcome Ursula, and we wanted it almost to feel like Lorcana itself were celebrating, like the actual, like the air was seen as around it. And so pushing those colors to be super saturated, really bright and colorful, not monochromatic at all, and just like, you know, as strong as possible. And so what we did is we made some mood boards. We had a couple artists do some, you know, test cards based on that idea. Anna Sosik, who's our lead art director for that set. Every set has a set lead. She's the one that kind of came up with that idea and ran it through me and the team, and we're like, yeah, thumbs up, let's go for it. Did some tests, and then what we did was we had a few of the other artists that we picked that could go in that theme. And we always pick themes that the artists themselves, they're not constrained by that, but more so that they can take that and run with it. So we give them a little freedom because, yeah, like you said, like you can see the connection, but it's not like, you know, they're all the same.
Right.
Yeah. So
it's so good. It's such a fun set.
Yeah.
I love the theme. So I'm really excited about Shimmering Skies. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Of course.
And stay tuned here for more Lorcana D23.